everyone, welcome to Red Cave Universe. My name is Aditya. I work as an analyst in the industry for last 5 years. We are building a community of people who believe in democratizing education, and this mission starts with Excel, and soon we will add more learning paths to this. So stay tuned. Today we are looking at index match formula, and index match formulas are basically kind of substitute to VLOOKUP, and these are very helpful when you want to do a lookup when the values are towards the left of your matching values. When we say matching values are basically unique keys between two data sets, and if that condition occurs, the using index match makes more sense. And obviously if you use index match, the processing of your files would be much more efficient, because basically locates the cell and then use that value. Whenever we run a VLOOKUP, it tries to scan entire column for that operation. So in a sense, index match is more efficient than VLOOKUP. So now we will just start looking at our problem statement. So our problem statement says if you want information from two different data sets to be merged, and if they are in multiple sheets or tables, your key values are to the right of your lookup value, then the H and don't VLOOKUP won't work. Right? That's our problem statement. Now the index match is the solution, and I will just show you why we are talking in this sense to get you an idea the data. So first we'll go to the raw data. So if you see that the data is said at every 15 minutes we receive a product ID, and it's the sales quantity. So it's a sales quantity for that product ID in the last 15 minutes. And these product ID have a master table which is in the master data tab, and we could see that product ID 1 is chips, the price is $4. So if this column would have been, so this column is your lookup column. So if this column has to be at the A column position and the product name at the C, then simple VLOOKUP would work, right? But since it is not, uh, you would say that why can't we just copy paste this? So this is a very small sheet and just an example. That's why maybe copy pasting it to the left and doing a VLOOKUP would make much more sense right now. But let's say if there are, let's say, 10,000 rows, and you have such things like you have to move multiple columns every time to the first position. So that becomes an tedious task, and chances of manual error increase as and when you do this. So for that reason, index match is a better option, and as again, efficiency wise, index match is much more efficient. So first we will see what is index match. So index and match, they are two separate formulas. We will see one by one. Index is nothing but to identify your cell. So when we say identification, we basically means, if you, let's say we will take an example of seating positions. So these are the characters from the Minion movie, and they are sitting around a 4 by 3 chair format. So Bob is sitting on the first row, and the first column of first chair of the left, then Agnes, then Phil, right? So imagine this. Let's say you want to tell me where the Scarlet is sitting. So Scarlet is sitting in the third row and second column, right? So how do I get directly position of Scarlet? So if I just tell someone that I want person who is sitting on third row and second column. So in this you can see manually and you can tell Scarlet, but let's say this is a stadium and maybe this is an auditorium. You can't say, right? So for that there is index formula. What you can say is that you can just say equal to index tab. Now it says array. So this entire thing is our array, because everyone is sitting inside this array, right? So we'll say this is my array, and I'll just freeze this because we are not changing our array. We'll just press F4, comma. Now it asking me a row number. So I want someone sitting at the third row. So I will say row number 3, which I have given over here. So I say 3, and then if I do the comma, it's asking me the column number. So now the column number is 2 for us, so I have pasted that value in J7. So I'll paste this and I'll just close this formula. Correct. So Scarlet has been come up on the screen. So now let's say I want to know who is sitting at maybe third row and third column, right? So that I'll just keep the row number third. I'll just change the number over here, third. I'll just enter. Oh, it's Dave. So now you know how the index works. Now we'll go to match. So match is basically a lookup, but It does not actually do a lookup. It will practically match the values, right? So let's say I want Jerry, and it will return a position. It will not return another value like a lookup. So if I say I want Jerry, and what is his position, so I'll just say match. I'll say lookup value is Jerry v7, comma, entire range is my lookup array. I'll just freeze this, and I'll say match type. I want exact. I'll press 0 and it's done. Now you know that Jerry is sitting on the fourth row, fourth position. So I've done something else over here. You can just drop down and select. Let's say I want to see Phil. So Phil at ninth position, right? You see the count is 9 over here in the bottom. So this is how you basically do the match. Now, how do you make these things combine and produce an output as lookup, right? These are two different things. There is no as such as lookup in this. So we will just do that. Hold on a second. We will go to the raw data tab and we will do this together. So what we'll go over here and we will say index, right? Now index wants an array. So what would be array, right? Index array, should it be raw or master? It should be master, because we want to find the value for this index to paste it in that cell, right? So this is our index. So we will do it for the first price, right? So I'll just press F4 to freeze this, comma. I will again go to upper cell. I'll tap match. Now I want just a one single column, so I don't need to give a column reference. If I have to give column reference as well, I will use match twice, right? Because index formula needs three things. First is the array of index, then the column number, and the lookup number. So match formula returns number. It does not return anything else. So now I'm using match formula. So now I'll go to the raw data tab. So what is my matching value? So it is B2. I want to match this. I will go to this. I want these to be matched. So, and then I'll press F4, comma, 0, close. This bracket is closed for match. I don't want column because this is a single column reference, because in first index we are just taken B column, right? And I'll just close this. Okay. Okay, we have not getting any answer. So what went wrong? Okay, so B2 has not been typed correctly. So I'll just press B2 comma and I'll enter. Okay, we got our answer. So I can just simply click over here and drop down. We have all the dollar amounts for everything. So I'll just explain you how it worked. So first, when we say, I'll just increase the size of this so that we can read this. Okay, the first thing we say in the index, we want an array. We gave an array which is this. So this is our array over here, right? From this the value will be returned. So if I go back, I said match. So the match will return an output, right? So I'll just copy this, and if I put this equal to match, it says 1, right? So the position of this in the master data is 1. So that's why it will return an array of 4, because the row number is 4 over here. So because now if I place an index formula for this, if we'll just separating them, index array is this, right? Comma, and my output for match is A2. And if I give this, it will return 4. So what we did, basically we found out on which row number the matching value is, and we gave that matching value to our index array so that it can retrieve that value, right? So that we have done for price, we will do it for product name. But now the formula did not copy pasted very well. So what we will do is we will just check the range. Now the product name range is an A column and our index array range is say still 6B, B2 to B6. That needs to be fixed. We will say A2 to A6, right? And it is not C2. Excel again, but did smart thing moved itself, but we want B2, and C2 to C6 is correct because we want a matching value with B2, and that is the entire thing. It is okay. I'll press enter. Now it's great, right? We have chips as well. So we now have both the values. So we will just copy paste the names. We'll go to the master data. We'll say copy price and we'll say copy name, right? So now the only benefit I could see, benefits rather I would say, could see is faster processing, and then it does not matter where your column is, right? It is towards left, it is toward right. If its position is changed, nothing matters unless and until you're referring to the correct column, right? So because VLOOKUP can break once you change column positions, but if index matchings are good and you may be adding a column or they're not changing the references, then all it's good, right? So this is it. And the first thing that I showed you guys here as a drop down, this is called data validation. Thank you. If these videos are adding values to your learning goal, please hit like, subscribe for more content like this so that we release videos on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And also share your thoughts and questions in the comment section. And do share this video so that people like you can reach to this video and learn from it. So thank you.